working with this stuff since about 2000. Before I get into it, I'm just wondering, is there any AR, VR, MR, ER people here? You, I heard you make stuff. What? Oh, wow. And who else? Back here? You all using Unity? You use other software tools too?
Unity and others.
Unity and others, yeah. I mean, Unity and Unreal are probably the biggest I've seen as far as the game engine aspect of it. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I've been a professor at a college, head of the department, multimedia. I've worked in architectural engineering, doing structural design, doing all kinds of different design work. Contractually, so from coast to coast, and from North Border to South Border, probably out of 20 companies or something. From little ones to big ones like Jacobs, Tetra Tech, big ones. But back in about 2000, while I was working on my master's degree, the university I was working for, or they hired me actually, I was taking classes, and they wanted me to, because of my architectural engineering background, to try to make a virtual campus that's all accurate with terrain data, satellite imagery, and the building's all accurate off from AutoCAD, from the maintenance department and whatnot. And I'm like, I never touched the game engine before. I took Fortran back in the 80s, okay, in the actually late 70s. And I mean, when I got into this, and I got my first little piece of code working, and something spinning, I'm like, this is cool. Then I started getting into it, and I started trying to figure out all of the file conversion to convert like digital elevation maps and AutoCAD drawings so that I could bring them into, and I started with 3D Game Studio. It's a lower end game engine. Start with Unity if you're going to start with this stuff, okay? Because the switch is difficult. Once you start with one, it's hard to switch to the other. But anyways, we'll get into AR, VR, MR, ER. And I imagine you all know what AR and VR is. And MR, that's mixed reality. But we're going to get into this a little bit. Probably don't know what ER is. Anybody know what ER is?
Enhanced?
Other than the hospital. No, okay? It actually pertains to this stuff. But, so, I get some pictures here of all the different hardwares and whatnot for these. So this is augmented reality, right? This is Pokemon Go over here. This is augmented reality. It doesn't look like this. I mean, you're looking at it through your camera, your phone. Here, on a tablet or a phone, and what goes on there is you take an image, you print out the image, you can put it on the table, you can hold up your tablet or your camera, and you can see the augmented model in it. So, in effect, it's very much like MR, which is mixed reality, which you see in the real world, mixed with holograms or models in AR. They're calling them, with Hololens, mixed reality, they're calling them holograms. They're really models. So AR and MR are very similar. What the big difference is that you're in AR, you're viewing them through a screen. With MR, you're viewing them like this over here. This is the new Canon system that they're coming out with. It's actually already out, but primarily they're using that in automotive, aerospace, Dassault Systems, technology they're kind of teaming up with. So that's the big difference. In here, you're seeing a 3D model on a 2D screen. In here, you're seeing a 3D model in 3D. The car is on the floor. You can scale it up with the Microsoft HoloLens. You can scale it up to full size and walk around with the HoloLens on. With the HoloLens on, you can have multiple people with different HoloLens on walking around the vehicle at the same time, like these guys are doing. You know, it's all working together so they see the same model. So in effect, where this is going is like in an architectural engineering company. Imagine you have a meeting. You're a designer or an architect, engineer, whatever. You go to the meeting. There's 20 chairs. 20 people come in. There's a HoloLens in front of each one. And this is a HoloLens, by the way. And you'll all get a chance to check it out. and I'll go any more into this, but you put that on and you can see the 3D model. So let's say the 20 people come in, they go through the intro, they all sit down, the person says, put on your HoloLens, and 20 people are viewing that building. Let's say they're building a building, or it doesn't matter what it is, it's a product, and they do product development design. So the person running the show reaches out and scales it up. Now it's full scale. It's amazing, because now you can actually reach out, and 20 people are standing around or sitting around looking. They can reach out, grab a beam, move it over, and save it in real time. So it's going to change the way architects, engineers, designers do their work. And I've got some videos in here to get into that more. Now, okay, so VR, anybody here tried the VR headsets? Bunch of people, that's cool. 5 blew me away when I tried out Big Blue. The Big Blue is, you're about 150 feet underwater. And the first thing you think is, keep breathing. I scooped it, so I'm like, keep breathing. And I'm looking around, and fish are darting everywhere in my vision, but there's no grounding to the earth. You are in a different reality. It's 100% immersion. So, horror films, scared of you to death, probably. That's what's coming. I mean, there's more, but the Big Blue was fabulous, fabulous. A pack of stingray came over the top of me, and I didn't know it, and I saw the shadows on the deck of the ship. And I'm looking, I look up and I see the water about 150 feet up the surface, and the grouping of stingrays going over. I'm just amazed. And off in the distance, I see a big blue whale come up and come circle around the bow of the ship that I'm standing on, and I'm reaching out. His eyes are this big right there, smiling at me. Amazing VR. Okay, so you know what VR is? It's 100% immersion. This is an Oculus Rift. You put that on, but this depicts ER. What ER is empathy reality. ER was the phrase, I believe, was actually coined by Chris Milk. The fella, all his life he wanted to create the ultimate empathy machine so that people could understand what other people are going through. They could be in their shoes, really. So what he did is when VR came out, he's like, oh my God, this is beautiful. He went to a Syrian refugee camp. He filmed a young woman who was there for like 3 years and walked around with her and with 360-degree video, so you can look all the way around. But it's for this, for the Oculus and the Vive and the Google Cardboard and whatnot. He took the video and brought it to the United Nations, and there's a picture right here of all of the decision makers. And when they took their glasses off, they were sobbing. It touched them so much. So empathy reality. I met a fella on LinkedIn, a really nice guy. He tries to help older people with vision and whatnot, selling products, and most of his proceeds go to charities. He explained to me, because I didn't quite understand empathy reality. Well, it uses all the hardware from these, or software. It's just a concept. And so, where that's going is, for example, let's say there's a person, they lost the use of their legs, and they're going through rehabilitation. Can you imagine? They put on a headset, and they're walking through the park in their mind, and they're holding on to the bars, trying to get rehabilitation. This is like, to me, in my thinking about it, because I envision that, and I just shared with you my vision of that, is you're connecting the mind, the heart, and the body. And I can see people are going to heal quicker from this sort of experience. Anyways, that's the 4 different realities. Sir?
No, I've heard of a company operating in Austin, not just in Austin, they call it Magic Leap. Do you know Magic Leap, and what are they playing?
Magic Leap? Well, okay, so there's Magic Leap, and then there's the Leap. And the Leap, Magic Leap. Actually, they're out of Florida.
Yeah, they're out of Florida,
home
but
office.
they're doing some development.
Okay. They're really secretive.
Very, yeah.
They're very secretive. And if you went to their website, oh, I don't know, I think it's changed now, but a few months ago, it was in an auditorium of middle school kids, maybe high school, I don't know. And kids all filled into the bleachers, and a big whale jumps out of the floor. You guys have seen this maybe? I'm like, holy moly, this is excellent. And nobody's got the glasses on. So they're trying to come up with a way to bend light and, a different way, so you don't have to wear glasses.
Is that augmented reality?
It's just going to be completely different. There's no glasses. I don't know what you need to
It's
follow.
still have glasses, it's supposed to be light field, it's supposed to be light field based.
Light field based,
It's
exactly.
supposed to be a work.
But so I don't know where it will fit in here, but what I heard lastly is that they're working on some contact lenses. I think they're having trouble trying to get the light field thing to work. I don't know. I
Light
really don't
field,
know.
light field basically makes the problem about 20 to 50 times harder.
Yeah.
So it's like going to Mars before you go to the moon.
I went and visited a holographic company. I'm new to Austin, although back in the 80s when I graduated from school, I came directly to Austin for 5 years. But I'm new to Austin now. My son lives down by Canyon Lake and had a child, so I sent it away. Let's go. First grandchild, let's go. I know it down there a little bit. I like Austin. Let's go. Anyways,
Where are you from?
northern Michigan, the shore, Lake Superior, the southern shore.
Sorry about that.
No, actually, the summers are fabulous. The winters, snowbanks is tall for 6 months.
What about
Gray
that?
skies, and snow constant.
What about that state bird?
The what?
The state bird?
The robin?
No, the mosquito.
I was just gonna say, the
Yeah,
mosquito.
actually, they have like big ones that hang from the ceiling of ours. Yeah. So, anybody know of Apache? Anybody been to the upper peninsula of Michigan? No. Anyways,
Yonder, hey.
you know it.
I'm from Wisconsin.
You know what, Wisconsin. See, where I'm from, when I say I'm from Michigan, everybody thinks Detroit. No. Okay, they go like this. You got, this is downstate, and this is upper Michigan. And there's a bridge that connects it. It's as long and as big, it's almost as long, I guess, as the Golden Gate. It's called the Mackinac Bridge. And it connects the two. And so it's from Detroit, it's like 10, 11 hours north to Michigan. And it's full of mining, people that work in mines, which is really hurting right now. So lots of Finnish people from Finland, So you'll love this if you're from up there. Let's see. Last week, me and my buddy in on tugboat, we went out ice fishing. It took us a whole week, had a hole in the ice big enough to fit the boat,
Did you grill up some brats?
Anyways, okay, I'll keep going on this. Now, I've been working on this stuff forever, since 2000. I am not a professional at any of it. I'm just like, I love it a lot. And I mean, let's get serious. I mean, to build a really good game, you need a team of models, a team of texture artists, a team of animators. You need the level designers. You need people to manage and keep all these guys going. You need UI people. You know what I'm talking about. It's to put together a really good game can cost millions of dollars. The project you saw earlier that I was playing, I did it all myself. With the help of a few people around the world, a couple of guys, code guys in Amsterdam, a guy in Tennessee. I mean, they want to be my friends, and they help me on some of this stuff. It's just almost too much. And I know what I wanted. I finally got what I wanted, and now I got it in the Hololens. It's not fully functional yet, but you'll get a chance to see that if you want. Anyways, let's go. Any questions to this point? Sir?
So is mixed reality, does that mean the entire spectrum between reality and virtual reality?
No. All it really means is that through the glasses, like the HoloLens, you're seeing the real world, but you're putting holograms in the world.
But
So
isn't
it's
that-
mixing those two realities, non-reality and reality.
But isn't that augmented reality?
Augmented reality, you're looking at it through a screen. It's 2D. It's really 2D. You're looking at
It's
a
2D and
item.
3D is the difference.
Okay.
This is
AR is
augmented
2D.
reality.
MR is 3D.
Yeah.
But MR, you're seeing a 3D project.
Yeah, actually, I think I would say that AR is, I mean, you can be stereo with AR, but AR is just kind of floating, it doesn't connect together generally. I think when they say mixed reality, they're saying basically, at least what HoloLens does is fuses it, you lock to the 3D space. So now, rather than this thing like Google Glass would be augmented reality, you got this stuff floating in front of your eyes. What HoloLens does is has all kinds of sensors and cameras and stuff, and says, oops, I'm gonna lock the 3D space. It's really not holograms at all, but it's just stereo, and then you just lock the two
But
with hardware.
augmented reality has that possibility simply because, like this right here, this is a picture in the background. It's an image, a tagged image. And once you take and you print it off, or it can be on the computer, and you hold your phone up to the computer or up to like this right here. This could be a tag image. You take your you just take this thing, you hold it, and boom, all of a sudden there's a 3D model there, but you've seen it from here.
Yeah.
That's augmented reality. And it's still tied, because you can actually make it so, like let's say it's a building, like this thing, you can actually take that image and turn it, and the building will move with it. It's tied to it. But you move the camera or the screen away, it's gone. Move it back, it's there. I've got some of that. There's an easy way to make those where you use Unity in combination with Vuforia. Vuforia is just basically an add-on that works with Unity, and it allows you to easily create the tag image and create the augmented reality in this case, so that you can look at an image and then have another image over here, and bam, a different model shows up. And another image over here, bam, another model shows up. So these things can be used for like product development, design, really nicely. But the HoloLens has got way better for that. As a matter of fact, Vuforia, when I first started studying that, which was not that long ago, Caterpillar, I saw a Caterpillar video that if you have any interest in this stuff, type in Vuforia Caterpillar. And it's a video where Caterpillar company is the one that makes like front-end loaders and tractors and bulldozers and stuff. They teamed up with Vuforia, but also with Microsoft HoloLens. And so they're looking at it through like this, at this model, the Caterpillar model. And then a girl comes in wearing the HoloLens, and she looks down and she sees it. But then she reaches down and she grabs it, and she tosses it into the middle of the floor, and then it scales up to a full-size Caterpillar front-end loader right now. And they're walking around looking at it. So you can imagine, at the time, I was working on the exact same project. But in mine, I've got 4 models of cars, and I create templates. So I can take that template of cars, pull it out, put washer and dryer, pull it out, put whatever in it, and I can change the menu and be bullets so that I can put a whole product line in there. So now the salesman can go, and everything's like here. And they can go and show them a certain item. They can pick, show them a different item. Better yet, the HoloLens, and it's full scale in the room. And just, you reach out and you click on a menu, which is floating in the air, nobody sees it but you with the HoloLens. Bam, you got a product sitting there. Bam, you got another product sitting there. You don't have to carry stuff with them, just a HoloLens. So for product marketing, it's going to be a big deal. Anyways, I'm going to keep going on this thing here. This is a video. If you haven't gone, has anybody looked at this stuff? Microsoft HoloLens website? A bunch of people, not everybody. I'm going to run the videos then. Okay. So I'm just going to run the video. Let's see if I can. While you're going.
Technology is all around us. We use it in every aspect of our lives. It enables us to do amazing things. But what if we could go further? What if we could go beyond the screen? Where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can.
That's why they call it mixed reality.
This is the world with holograms. What will they enable us to do? New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
more immersive ways to play. New ways to teach and learn.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
New ways to collaborate and explore the places we've never been.
Look at this formation. Let's take a closer look.
And new ways to create the things we imagine. Because when you change the way you see the world, you can change the world you see. This is Microsoft HoloLens.
It's really close to that. It isn't exactly like that, guys.
So does it run untethered or tethered to the device, to the
Oh,
computer?
it's completely untethered. Sitting right here, I'll fire it up and show you guys. And I'll be walking around and you'll be able to see on there what I'm seeing. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is good. And this is in the presentation too.
Thanks, Terry. Today, we're excited to show you.
Okay, let me see. So, let's see, did I bump one? No. Okay. So this is the HoloLens. It's fully untethered, like it says here, and here it is here. So, and I'll tell you a little bit about this. I was watching this since 2015. Every year, Microsoft comes out with what they call Microsoft Build, and then the year 2015, 2016. So I was watching this thing on 2015, and then 2016, but I was watching it before that, keeping my eyes open on it. And shortly after, 2016, they made it so that you could apply for these things. And you had to, the only way to get these, you gotta be a developer, is you fill out an application form, you give them your website, your Twitter page, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And then you send them $3,000. But I mean, to apply for it, you do all of that. And then you answer questions. What are you gonna do with it? And I told them, well, I've been working on this Whistler project since 2004 or something. And it runs on Android, so I think maybe I can get it running on here. And it uses digital elevation maps, terrain data, satellite imagery, all that stuff. Anyways, 3 months later, I get an email that says I'm approved to get tooled. So I'm like, Michelle, come here. She comes running down the stairs and she says, you gotta get at least one. And $3,000 a piece. And I'm like, they caught me totally off guard. You know, I got one. And it's awesome. It's the coolest toy I've ever had, but it's more than a toy. It really is a tool, and it's gonna really change our world. Okay, so that's how you get a HoloLens. So let's take a quick peek at the HoloLens webpage. I was amazed when they came up with this, when I first saw this page, because of how what they show in here. We're just gonna go through this just real briefly. So that little wheel opens and closes around your head. And they've got some great, look at this. This is before it hit the market, and they're showing the guts. Then they do exploded views. It's not even on the market yet. I've never seen a company do something like this. And then we have all these videos. Now, if you go to the website, here's what I'd like to stress for you, is this commercial button. Go to that one. That's where the cool videos are. You're gonna learn a lot about the HoloLens. And here's the Volvo. I've got that in the rest of the presentation, so I just wanted you to be aware that if you go to the HoloLens website, click on the commercial button. Let's see, and here's the Volvo video.
Volvo is really a human-centric company. That's the core focus of everything we've done in terms of the products we develop, but also the way we interact with their customers. All people know that we stand for safety, but Volvo is so much more. HoloLens also extends the realities around you. You can do something you could never do before. You can see the soul of the car. You can strip the body out and stay with the skeleton. And you can play around with it.
The Hololens can allow our customers to see features, colors, options. So rather than working on the computer, seeing things, you can be part of the experience.
No one understands how car sensors actually works today. Through the HoloLens, you can see how the car perceives you. And then you give me as a human being the vantage point of the sensor. It helps to build a much better trust in this type of systems.
This IoT stuff here.
You see a car coming in front of you, the car has features that could aid in that situation. We have a lot of features that we don't necessarily want you to experience it all, but it's part of our proposition. You buying into the safest car brand in the world.
One of the great things that was said to us by Volvo when we started this was that Volvo loves technology, but only if it makes people's lives simpler. Microsoft HoloLens lets people take imagination and make it real much more efficiently and in a much more collaborative manner.
HoloLens will not only help us in the car buying process as a dealership, it can evolve into many areas. We think there are many alternative applications of this tool in the future, and Volvo clearly has an aspiration to break out to the pack.
It's cool. It's way cool.
It's really way cool with a Swedish accent.
I'd be okay with English. Now, this Trimble video, so I've chosen some videos that pertain to different fields of engineering, architectural stuff, and training. And so, briefly, let's look at, now Trimble makes 3D software for
Architects are dealing with shapes and spaces and light, and they dream in 3D. And then you need to translate this design into a set of 2D documents. HoloLens present a completely new paradigm. Trimble provides design solutions for architects and structural engineers.
Anything that involves getting dirty is our business. Literally hundreds of enterprises can be represented on a job site. Today, the best way those companies have to interact with each other is paper drawings. But people aren't good at visualizing 3D.
Microsoft HoloLens is a head-mounted, self-contained computer that lets you see holograms in the real world.
You get the physical model as a focus point for the team to collaborate around. And you get the hologram with the flexibility, with the ability to run quick iterations.
You'll see how we brought in the courtyard that you suggested. You see that mouse go off the screen into holographic space, and you're then interacting with the hologram, with the mouse.
The thing that we can do for architects is really give them much higher confidence around decision making. One way we can do that is we can allow them to literally immerse themselves in the scene that they're building and see street side how the building's going to look.
Visualizing design data in the context of the real environment is a much better way to make sure that the design is implemented correctly on site.
Microsoft HoloLens allows you to collaborate with somebody regardless of distance, like they were there. Hello there.
Hey Igor, where they're trying to put this door, there's a thing behind here.
I'm looking at this being, we're interacting with it about a problem that we can see and being able to solve that problem with all the data that we need in front of us in real time.
When I'm talking about enterprise construction, I always compare it to people trying to make music together. Each one of them is contributing to the harmony, but they all should be completely synced.
My gray hair says I've been doing this for a while. I've seen a lot of these new things come and go. And I expect in 5 years we'll all be interacting with the world with this kind of technology.
As far as all that goes, I've worked in this industry for a long time. This is going to be huge. It's going to be really big out there. I've got architectural models and high rises and whatnot that I've been working on for the Hololens, and being able to share that with the stakeholders and the clients before the ground is dug, and they can go in the building and make decisions. It means decisions are gonna get made so much faster. Question?
Yeah, I know Amazon's doing a lot of innovative kind of technology, and so like, it seems like a deal for Amazon. Try to shop, you know.
There are some companies that have just come out like with VR environments for shopping, and like Lowe's, right next door. Lowe's, when I was in Colorado, I left there about 3 months ago. About a month before that, I found out that in Lowe's, they had created a hollow room where you go in and develop and design your living room or your kitchen or bathroom. And you go in, sit down, they'll do it all for you with different, I think it's AutoCAD, different design software. And then they'll kick it out into your phone, and then they'll give you a token for going through this. You stick it in a vending machine, you get a free Google Cardboard. Now, if you guys have not heard of Google Cardboard, I'll give you a real quick deal with that one. Google takes cardboard and they make it so you can fold it all up, and it comes with the lenses, and it's a VR headset, really cheap. And they teamed up, this is what really started all of VR hype. They teamed up with New York Times and put 1 million of these into the Sunday subscription and had them delivered. And it caused quite a commotion. They've done it again, but since then, Lowe's is starting to do this now. And what was really cool is in Castle Rock, which is just south of Denver. I was in Golden, and up, I think, in Fort Collins were the 2 first places they tried it out. So I went and got one. But then, what I've heard, like, about a month ago, is they actually have the HoloLens at the Lowe's in Seattle. Seattle's the big hub for the HoloLens. That's where the big deal is going on. Now, I'm sorry, let's see. So this has to do with teaching right here. Sir?
Could you mention a little bit about the specs of the HoloLens and what's all inside of it?
You know, I plan on bringing that up when I bring up the device portal. And that's where you'll be able to see what I see, and then you'll be able to see what the specs are on the thing.
Okay.
It's got 3 different processors in it. And one they're calling a Hololens processor. I didn't put all that stuff to memory. I mean, I got the HoloLens, and I've been going out to meetups, sharing it with people, and when I get a chance, I develop on this thing. And lately, I've been finally getting more of a chance. But let's see, I think there's like 700 gig of room on it. Not that much room on it. And I wish it was more powerful, so I think, you know, I'm gonna write them a letter and tell them I wish they'd make a battery pack, something you can carry along with it, so that it would make it even more powerful, so that if there's any lagging products.
Do you know the resolution of the Pico projectors?
You know what, they don't talk about resolution. They call it like light points or something, I can't remember what it is. But the field of view is not like VR. VR is full 100% immersion. But I'm gonna tell you what, I've had a bunch of people asking me this question.
I'm pretty sure it's 720p, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was my guess.
But the view itself is kind of small. It's like about this big.
Nice field of view. You got
is what it looks like. Yeah, you're still seeing the real world. Now there's good things and bad things about this, and I'll tell you exactly what they are. I tried on the Vive, and a guy took me to a castle, and I was up 200 feet on a castle wall, going like, holy shit, get me out of here. And my knees are buckling. I mean, I can't handle heights anymore like when I was younger, okay? So, and I was really there. I mean, I was freaking out. But with the HoloLens, I was about, I don't know, 500-800 feet up in the air in a hot air balloon. Didn't bother me at all, because I was still grounded to the earth. I could still see the room, the floor. But I mean, I was up there. And this you guys could experience too. And I'll try and get through everybody and get everybody to see what they'd like to see. But in the HoloLens, there's Machu Picchu you can go to, and that's where I was in the hot air balloon, way up in the Andes. And I mean, you're there. It's a 360-degree video, so the my whistle project that I have in it, it's digital elevation map. I mean, it's 3D, and you're gonna be able to ski it, snowboard it, fly over it, and stuff like that. But anyways, Case Western University on the HoloLens, you put the HoloLens on, you can go to the holographic windows, place them, and you can get certain products. And when I got the HoloLens, there's only Windows ones there. Now, there's other people putting them on there. It's gone from like 6 to like 40.
Is it generally available yet, or when is that?
Pardon?
Is it generally available yet, or is it still in just developer?
It's still just developing. Yeah, it's getting close though, because about 3 weeks ago or something, an email came out and said I could now get 5 more. So it started out where I could only get 2, and here's how that rule went. You could get 1, you could get 2, you didn't get any, you're out. And you've got a 10-day window, pay $3 grand to get it. And that's the rule. That's the rule.
Are they still 3,000 each?
To my knowledge. Does anybody know any otherwise? No, I don't think so. But, you know, if I worked at an engineering company, I'd get 5 of them.
Yeah.
You could all tether together and stuff, you know. Sir?
I noticed you wear glasses. How well does it work?
It works with your glasses. I use my glasses. You have to have it way better than mine.
Sorry, a very off-beat question. Medically, how long you can wear HoloLens?
Well, it's a little heavy on your head. It's a little tough on the nose. But it comes with 2 different nose pieces. So if something doesn't fit you quite right, don't look down on that, because I'm not going to switch the nose pieces. Okay? But these things are heavy enough, right? But you put on a computer. Well, you're good for an hour or 2, but the battery lasts about 2 hours. I've gone to meetups, the big VR Austin meetup downtown, 350 people. I'm like, took a pounding. And it's a lot of fun, but 2 hours max I get out of this thing. Sir?
Do you know how much electromagnetic radiation is going on, like right next to your brain?
Yeah, but I don't know that, but the thing is, I heard somewhere where they've come out with a new app that lets you make those calls, figure that out. There's something out just recently about that.
It has Wi-Fi in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how much more is out there? Everybody's carrying around one of these, and everybody's putting out a signal, right?
But I remember
this place is putting out a signal. I don't know, you know.
Well, I remember a while back that they were studying that, and I guess they did produce evidence that, you know, if you hold that device close to your head for too long, that you will absorb some radiation.
You're talking this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the inverse square law is like when it's in your pocket, it's not hurting your brain. It's when you got it right next to you.
It's hurting other pieces probably.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so anyways, Case Western University teamed up with Hololens, and lately more are teaming up. There's a company in Seattle called Studio 216, and they teamed up with Skanska, which is a huge construction company, and then Microsoft joined them. So if you go to the Studio 216 website, you can see how they're using it for architectural. But they're teaming up with all kinds of people to give rapport to the HoloLens, but then it gives these other companies, you know, marketing tools too. Anyways, this one is really neat. I don't have this
human
on my
anatomy the same way
computer
for
right now.
100 years. Students get a cadaver,
But it's
then
amazing.
they look at
I think you
medical
mentioned about
illustrations, and
learning
it's
and
completely
teaching with it.
two-dimensional,
This will
and the human
help
body
you.
isn't.
Microsoft HoloLens is a holographic computer that you wear. It enables you to bring your digital world into your real world.
At Case Western Reserve University, we are focused on solving problems and creating new knowledge.
My job is to teach, and I really think this could impact almost everything that we teach people. With HoloLens, you can see the muscles on top of the skeleton all at the same time. You can bring them in and out and exactly understand where things sit.
You can take any anatomical part and show any of it. You can move it around, you can make it kind of translucent so you can see through the outside, and that really helped me understand like how cardiac anatomy works. I actually had a moment where I found the aortic valve, and it was the first time that I'd actually seen the aortic valve in relation to all the other anatomical structures. You know, it was a way of seeing it that you couldn't do with an actual heart.
I think think this will improve students' confidence in learning anatomy dramatically.
By creating simulations with the HoloLens that lets them have an experience where they can fail, that will be the best way to learn because we don't allow people to fail too much in real life medicine.
With HoloLens, you could imagine having a class standing around a model, almost like a tour group in a museum, where they're all interacting completely naturally. I spend a huge amount of time to make sure they become the best professionals because it's all of our jobs to make the world a better place.
We're working with Case Western Reserve University to create this paradigm shift so that we can leap together with students into the future of education. We believe that HoloLens is going to enable us to do that.
We talked about being able to use it to teach art history. We have an anthropology department too that I think will enjoy this technology.
Anytime you change the way that you see things, it changes the way that you understand them. As soon as you can change somebody's understanding, then they can change the way they see the world.
Is it possible to stream the video from the HoloLens?
Yes. I'm going to attempt to do this where I'll put a HoloLens on, put it on the screen, fire up a program, and you guys will see what I see. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be done. So I could actually probably tell somebody else the IP address, and they can see what I'm seeing. But in 2D, so it's not near as impressive, you know? Okay, so for training and teaching, this is huge. That's what I got my master's degree in, my master's, is in training and development. So they're starting to do studies with this, and they're saying retention rates is through the roof. For kids, like 95% or something crazy. They're actually experiencing it, not just reading about it or looking at pictures like we did with the World Encyclopedia or Britannica, okay? I mean, when you go to Machu Picchu or Rome in their holo tour, it's a narrative. There's a woman speaking. And you go to different places and a woman speaks about these different places. And you're learning it. It's like the World Encyclopedia, but you are there learning about Mayan and the Aztec Empire and the peoples. You know? Okay. So, let's see. Close out this one. A few gamers. Yeah, I see the smile. Okay, so this is radical. And I'm not a gamer, but what I build is what they call serious games. And that term's been around for as long as I've been doing it, so since around 2000. But this makes me want to play games. This is cool. And it's in 3D. So what you get is the HoloLens scans the room. It knows where you guys are, where the tables are. It knows where the roof is, the ceiling, the walls. And I can shoot holes in the walls. And it shows the studs, and it shows the piping and stuff. It's not really accurate. But that can come because Autodesk is now using a new pipeline. This started in 2016. It's in there 2017, which is out, which I've been using now. It starts with Revit. You design the model and model it up. You could do it with an AutoCAD and bring it into Revit, but Revit has BIM, Building Information Modeling. And that allows you to actually attach videos, spreadsheets, PDFs, anything you want into the 3D model. Well, so you do that in Revit, you export it out and bring it into 3ds Max natively now, since 2016. And Max should create this beautiful picture, 3D, okay? I mean, Max is used for doing like Toy Story and stuff, animations and 3D modeling, beautiful stuff. Now you can take it, you can kick it out into the new, started in 2016, the Stingray game engine. From there, you can upload it to the cloud. You have access to all of BIM, Building Information Modeling. Is there a question?
Does AutoCAD still use DXF as
Oh yeah.
file exchange language?
Yeah, DXF still exists. But
It's been a
so
while.
as far as like product development, or I mean, you can do this with other software too. The rest of the suite, like what the heck is it? Maya and will work tools, you know, for making the 3D model and bringing it in. It's just it's all getting tied together where you can use this stuff. But anyways, this game here is called Robo Raid. So I can shoot holes in the walls and spiders, flying spiders come out and they shoot fireballs. And I'll move over, duck and watch the fireball go by me. And then there's scorpions on the floor and they're shooting at me. And I'm shooting fireballs at them and they're shooting at me. And I mean, it's seriously like that, okay? You're actually getting some exercise playing a video game. It's different. It's a different world. So we'll take a quick look at this, and I think what I'll do is I'm going to skip part of it.
And I am the president and founder of Skyrim Media. Working with a small
understanding of HoloLens, you can do some pretty spectacular things.
I think I need to. It's really what it's like.
All right, let's battle some robots.
But it's not real, right? But I can tell you, it looks real.
With HoloLens, you're completely untethered, which means Dan is free to move around as he shoots at enemies and avoids their fire. With HoloLens, the action happens all around you. And thanks to spatial sound, you'll hear the gameplay as...
I'll let you guys watch the rest of that online.
Wow.
Any of it's really fun. I mean, it's very cool. But let's see now. This is a quick video of like the work that I've done. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of different projects in here. And I'm just going to kind of blast through this some. And the quality is pretty lousy on the YouTube video. But, and this is not for the HoloLens yet, but I mean like the building's a piece of cake putting those into HoloLens. This is a template I made for building information modeling. I mean, this is an architectural version where you can actually walk through. If somebody were building a pool onto their house or a motel or something. This is some resort development stuff I'm working on. This is a project I did for Tetra Tech in Golden. And I gave them pretty much about the same presentation. This is my marketing template here. Let's see, this is not the AR version, though. This is like a game that I was working on. And we get to my Aspen project. And that's enough of that one. And then we're getting close to it. And that's my conclusion right there. So, fire away with questions, folks.
Could you walk us through one of the programs?
What do you mean, with HoloLens?
No, the coding.
The coding?
Yeah.
Want me to show you that a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
You talk about the parts of how that works.
Okay. I found the best way to deal with all of this stuff is if somebody wants to get into this sort of thing, I'm like, get a hold of me. You can shorten the learning curve hugely by, see, I can get in here. This is Unity. And so this is way different than a lot of other software. So this is the project that I've presently been working on, and I can show you that on the HoloLens. But I've got an issue with it. I've been fighting since yesterday where it lost the connection somewhere. I haven't figured it out yet, because for the HoloLens you gotta have Visual Studio running, 2015 package 3. You gotta have the HoloLens emulator. No, you don't have to, but it's the easiest way. And then you can have Unity. You gotta be running on Windows 10 Pro, and you gotta get all this stuff talking together, right? And you can also put like before you in there too. So this is the Unity software.
Is there any alternative to the Pro version of Windows 10 for this?
For HoloLens, no.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, you can get Unity, you can get it for free. It has, they're redoing their pricing structure right now, and I think, what is it, $75 a month? But there's a free version. But $75 a month gets you the Pro, and you get access to all the different deployable platforms. So, I don't know, there's over 20. With VR coming out now, they've got a lot more they've added. one thing I do want to tell you though, guys, okay, you got the HoloLens, it's state of the art, it's brand new stuff, it's really cool, and it is gonna be the wave of the future, there's no doubt in my mind. But right now, the best thing that's out there, I think, because everybody's got one of these in their pockets, it's like the Gear VR. Okay? The Gear VR, they're giving them away free if you get a new phone. I mean, they're $100. I mean, so if you're a developer, you create something for Gear VR, you get it on the Play Store, and they see you. There's tons of money out there they'll be throwing at you because they see your work. Well, it's got to be good, right? But there's also, what is it, the Google Daydream? It's supposed to be coming out already, right now, in the fall of 2016. That's another big one that's going to really take a lot of the market share. So between Gear VR, which is basically just Samsung right now, the Google Daydream is going to be Android, but for like HTC and stuff.
If you don't mind the burning on your face, the Samsung.
Yeah, you've heard about this. Yeah, I've heard there's been some problems with that. I don't think you know that it is because it's about this far away. Then it explodes. Yes. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think if you use any of this, guys, you got to be careful. Okay? Oh, so this is the Unity game engine software, and so in here we have the scene view.
Is that the community edition?
This is the Pro edition.
Oh, okay.
So the Pro edition costs like $1,500 for the Pro edition. You can, what the difference is, and that's their old pricing scheme. I don't know, they're changing it right now. But if you get grandfathered in, I guess you can keep doing it. I don't know what's going on, guys. But then you would pay $1,500 for the Android Pro, another $1,500 for the iOS Pro. It's getting better, I guess, but I don't know. When I first got the email, I'm like, what the heck, you know? So, but what this allows, the Pro version, is to have nice splash screens and make it look all professional. But the free version, you can do everything except those a few things. So you can completely learn it free. So this is the scene view. What you're seeing down here is like 3D models of my terrain. And if I zoom in, let's see, to the river shows up as a level of detail down here. With and you know, there's water flowing and stuff, but you don't see it in here. Okay? So under the project view, you've got all your assets over here. So if I went to, let's see, Bell helicopter, let me see, under artwork, airplane, maybe, where's the airplane model? This is all drag and drop stuff. Something, here we go. You just drag it, drop it in. And then move it around and whatnot. But I mean, it's not going to do anything unless you attach code to it. So you attach it to the keys for movement, and to the menu for turning into it. You know, there's a lot to all of this stuff. Let's see, like over at the Snowmakers, let's see, we'll go to one of them. There we go.
So it
And
looks.
you can see like the snow that by code is getting rain.
It looks like that what you're building is more a complete virtual reality situation. There's nothing augmented about what we're seeing on the screen, right?
Well, you know, but it's like I can kick it out for Windows platform, for iOS, or not iOS, you know, I can't iOS.
But if you play this on the Holo thing, you'll still see whatever's behind you.
It's 3D big time. Like I said, I just got it on there, so I'm like up where the helicopter starts, and I can look around, and I'm about, I don't know, 800 feet up in the air, and I'm looking at all the mountains, and I'm just like loving it. I just got it working about 2-3 days ago.
So you still see the table in the background though?
Very lightly.
Very little?
Very lightly. But
Depends
over
on the
on the side, you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it obscures the geometry of the imagery that you're putting out there, obscures the, you know, the space that you're in,
the real world,
Right,
what
the real
is
world
like
is covered up a bit, just like other objects.
just
cover
where
up
that
a little
field
bit.
of view is, right, I can still see you guys, but not very well. But if I moved over here, I could see you perfectly, or if I moved up.
How does
above-
the light come in? Is it just because it's bright enough that your eyes?
Yeah,
It's
you
the
can
ratio.
dim it with the Hololens, there's 2 buttons for dimming the brightness, 2 buttons for the volume.
So the augmented is really, it's also sensing what's in the regular and then projecting it, it's not overlaid.
Well, that was, it's mixed reality.
Yeah, in the
So
mix.
mixed reality. It's
So it would
amazing,
change the
guys.
tint?
When you're watching it, no, it really looks good. When you're watching it, once in a while, you might see the grid all of a sudden.
Just let us all try it, and then we can.
It's coming. Let's fire this thing.
It's an LCD shutter kind of
Go
thing,
ahead.
so.
Do you have
the
the
LCD
Like if I wanted to see a beard on
I
here.
think the,
I
yeah,
didn't know.
it'll
Take a picture of him and
You don't
then
need to do anything
project
to
it
bring kind of
through it.
No. You guys will be able to see what everybody's
It's like
doing,
alpha
and I'll try to do that here. Let's get this up and running.
Just don't shoot us.
Right now, right about, no, right about out here, but I can't quite reach it, because a little word that says hello from Microsoft. And then a menu's gonna pop up. You can't see it, so really, how we doing for time? What is the deal with that?
11.
What?
11.
8:11, oh, we're doing wonderful, we've got till 9, and I wanted to have fun, so, like, all right, let me at least minimize this, and let me see. How far I go with it. You don't want this to hit the floor. $3 grand, right? I mean, for me, if it's somebody else's, I'm more respectful of mine, and I've been really happy with how people have treated it with me, because like I said, I've gone to VR, Austin, Meetup, 350 people in a bar, everybody's drinking, and I've got lines of people, and I'm having a blast, everybody's having a blast, I'm just like, there's nothing in here that you can hurt you people, so just take it easy, I don't want this stuff, that's a, I used to ask them, so let me see here, what I gotta do is, this right here now. What you gotta do is I gotta get this tied to the internet. This is the blue command. It makes the menu come up and down.
Cool.
The command for picking, you're gonna see a little white dot. That little white dot will turn into a ring when it's on something that you can pick. So what you do is you make this, you hold out your index finger and your thumb, and you just click. But it has to see you do that. So I'm about to click, right over your head is my menu. And I'm gonna click on settings, and let me get this running, and then you guys will be able to see this. I've just placed the menu for the settings. I'm going under network and internet, and I gotta go under advanced options, and now I gotta use virtual mint. Now I'm dragging.
Are we supposed to be seeing that, what you're doing on the
Not yet.
screen?
Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'm moving my menu, guys. It's a screen, and I could watch Netflix. No, I just placed it over here, and now, let me see. Oh, I know what I gotta do is I gotta go.
Sushi.
I gotta go back. Getting a bit of the internet.
Is to find his IP address.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the same embarrassing to watch
Here we go.
themselves and the stories and stuff.
still
Now they're on
have
the
problems.
phone, and they're on the phone, so.
I don't know, I still have
Seeing
problems.
people
Is
go
this
like
guy
this
crazy?
in the grocery store and wearing stupid glasses, maybe.
I was in a restroom at the urinals, and this big guy, goes to the one on the other side, says, what's cooking your living? And I turn around and he's apparently.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell the AEC hackathon about 2 weeks ago in City Hall. We had that, I went to it, joined up, teamed up with 4 other guys, so the 5 of us were a team. We won first in use of interactive technology. We had access to the City Hall of Austin for the whole weekend. They fed us like kings, queens, whatever. It was amazing, guys. Okay, so here. Now there's a big that's coming.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
there's a big lag. Now there's big that's coming. Okay, there's a big lag. Now there's big that's coming. Okay, there's a big lag. Now there's big that's coming.
Touch forever.
Now, I'll try and take it easy with this. See how this is gonna work. Now, I'll try and take it easy with this.
Oh.
There's the menu I was talking about.
Wow.
Now, you see the white dot?
The volume down there?
There's the volume down?
Yeah, on the PC, so we can hear you, because it's at the.
Turn the volume down.
Whole way to.
Is that okay, guys? Or should I just have it off?
Just turn it off. We're gonna hear
You
you.
better hear yourself.
Oh, my hand is now for me.
There you go, that's better.
Here we go, okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Now,
put, can
here we
you
go.
put your hand?
Let me let it catch up, okay? Okay, there we go. That's what I'm seeing right now. And if I turn my head and move, the menu is going to stick with me. Now, if I reach out, you see the white dot? Can you see the white ring?
Yeah.
I don't know, is it a ring now?
Yeah.
It is. Okay, that means I can pick on it. Now, if I come down here or something, it's a white dot. I'm looking at the exit sign. Oh,
Okay.
and I don't know if you can see the white dot.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over here. I'm over this, the plus sign,
Yep.
and it should turn into a white ring. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Sometimes it needs to see your hand, and I click on the ring. Now, it's gonna change.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to scroll down one. That's what I wanted. That's what you're here. Now this is not near as awesome if you look at it through this. But this is my Whistler project. I just showed you guys it was on earlier in 3D with the terrain. And it takes a little bit for it to come up. Let's see. I don't know how it's going to stream. It did okay earlier when I tested it.
You using the local Wi-Fi here?
Yeah, I am. That's where the lag comes from. If I hook up, it's really bad. But it's not the Wi-Fi's fault. It's part of it, the Hololens fault. But if I plug it in direct, it's much quicker. Come on, let's go here.
Can you put your hand in front of those menus?
Yes. Watch. No, it's coming.
There it is.
That's what I'm seeing, guys. And you're seeing the top of the
Wow.
and the blade's not turning. There's no animation going on yet. And now I'm gonna like swing around. And it's gonna take a bit of time to catch up. And it looks basically like what you see on my computer when I look at my game.
Wow.
So it seems like full.
But coming around the room real quick. Let's see how this thing holds up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look
You
around.
don't have to buy a
You
house.
see the mountains?
What's that?
Everybody doesn't have to
No,
buy.
that's
a-
360.
One
All the
guy
way
can do
around
the same
you.
thing, the projection.
Look down.
Other people can see.
Yeah.
So that
But you feel afraid of heights?
No, I don't.
Now put this on, because you can still see the world.
Right.
Okay. So,
It's projecting from.
yep, we're gonna try and do this real quick, guys. Oh, you. Look around. You okay?
Yeah.
It's way different than what you see on the screen. Now you're seeing what these guys are seeing.
But you're, I
How's
feel
the luck?
you, it's a lot smaller, right?
You're
So
about to
only
see,
seeing
you're
this
about to
as
see, I'm gonna keep
square.
going.
Yeah,
Okay. Look around, look down a little bit, and then on with the other guys. I was so happy that we finally get this in. And this is what I told Microsoft I'm gonna work on. But like I say, the interactability isn't in there yet.
And do you have your own company? Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, I could bring it up on a website, but I call it terracing. Terra is the Greek or Latin word for land or the world. That's how it's actually described. And same is a cross between a simulation and a game. So I built Sames. I came up with this years ago. My website's still on it. And I've got all these projects are freely downloadable on the website.
Do you do consulting or what do you do?
Yeah. You
You
okay?
also
See okay?
announced it.
Now, can you see me through it?
Yeah, I can see you.
Vaguely, right?
Yeah,
But if you turn away, you can see it through your peripheral, right?
Right.
So it's the peripheral, you think it helps you not get the height sickness?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're still grounded in this world, you know, in this reality.
A lot of VR is very sharp.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, you being like patient and.
How do I do the X-ray?
Oh, not in this one. X-ray,
Do I need to
X-ray.
read
You know of X-ray? X-ray is in that.
Oh, no, I was making a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Oh,
mom sees their clothing.
no. Oops. You know what? You can do that with the Hololens game. You know, the one with the spiders and stuff. You can say X-ray. And now the walls become like transparent. You can see the critters in the walls.
I think we already scared over this one.
Yeah, would be.
Yeah, I wanted a business card.
Let's see if I can get some of those right here. How do you see? You okay? Yeah? It's way different than looking on a monitor. Well, that, but I mean, the 2D, it kind of gives you a perspective of the difference between augmented and mixed reality, the term. Because augmented is 2D, you see the 3D object is 3D. The 3D objects are 2D, flat monitors. Okay. Give everybody a quick chance on this thing. Okay. It's waiting out, what the heck? Yeah, it takes a little while for it to render.
It's when you take it on and off, I think it gets mixed.
Yeah. Sure, sure. Oh, of course. Just make sure you're comfortable with it. Now, it really does look 3D, doesn't it, compared to looking at the same front?
That little chunk in there?
Okay. Has anybody here tried the HoloLens before? Well, yeah. Yeah, but.
Remember, I came to the meetup the other day.
Pardon?
I met you the other day in the meetup.
Oh, did you? Okay, oh yeah, yeah, I recall. That's where the first one where I met Dave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's something. This is gonna be so cool to be able to ski, snowboard. I mean, what I've created is a template here, so I can take the terrains out, put in the terrains, create a video game anywhere that pertains to skiing. But this can be used for product, or for like any type of resort.
Yeah, except that we're using black I just use solid state relays or probably Intel hook up to my website up and I just
This is really something.
Oh yeah. It's a little party, everybody comes over to see how.
Okay. Okay, messing everybody's hair up, I'm sorry. But what the heck, right?
That's why I had a haircut.
Yeah. Okay. No, this is where the Olympics took place. 2010.
And that's kind of the point. It's not exercising how to use somebody else's invention or how to create it.
But No, I mean, in my games.
Okay.
I'm going over it every day, trying to figure out how to get it to work, you know? Okay?
So I'm scared of heights, I should not look down.
No, you look down with this and you won't be scared, because you still see the real world. No, you don't, it's not, none of that works in here yet.
So I'm not able to. So I'm not able to see. I'm seeing.
Look around. What do you see?
That's pretty good.
No, I'm
Should be a heck of a lot cheaper. I'm sure it's better already.
Let me see what's going on.
Oh, now when it changed.
They got a casting call.
It is there.
I think the.
They had a casting call out a few months ago.
Where-
It's not about
where
now,
it be? I think the
but
lens-
for, Christmas lights,
I'm able to see.
like
Something,
Christmas light fight,
something looks like it might
like
be.
nationwide competition. Cedar Park, the guys at Cedar Park got it.
I think it's okay.
Okay now.
But maybe it's not fitting on your face.
Everybody on that show uses light around.
Where I should see every edition.
What's going on?
Okay, now I can see you. I can see a line. I'm not able to see.
Oh, there's something wrong. It's not fitting you very well. Here, let me see.
Oh, no, now it's good. Now it's good.
There you go.
But I only see a small one. Like this. Okay, now it's good. Oh wow. This is.
Let me get it higher.
My thing is, it's
Yes,
entertaining.
I can
The
see
lights
this
are
one.
so
Well,
it's like
Wow,
the
this
easiest
is
thing
cool.
actually I can think of.
Yeah, I can see it now.
The only thing easier is
Yeah,
like
I can see
LEDs
the
on
mountains.
okay.
So shall I not look down?
No, look down. Look down on the ground.
That's definitely worth getting a hold of.
That's cool.
It's not going to bother you.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Hardboard type. Pass me up all around here.
I'll pass the Hololens.
Am I gonna get sick? Okay. They laughed.
Okay. Take a look around. Is it fitting okay? You see it all right?
Yeah, it's not quite up to the expectations I was.
Yeah, well, that's my work.
Okay.
It's not how, like Microsoft. And this, I've only just begun with it.
Yeah.
Just getting all this data to work in there is the first
I
step.
believe it, yeah. Yeah.
How's that fit? You okay? Yeah. See it okay?
That's good. Right? That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, from watching this, I was like,
Okay. Now, I'll show you guys something else.
hey, Paul?
Yeah.
I think you missed one. Yeah.
Oh, over here.
Did you see it, Dave?
Yeah.
Actually, I shared it with them before. It's the last meetup I went to.
You want one of these for your real estate?
There you go, take a look around.
So without the mountains, if you look at this projected screen, do you get a hallway of mirrors?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it would be a
That's
spot
good.
to
Yeah.
make that.
Probably will because it's super.
Well, you see without that, but it's laggy too. So it's not much. Trying to make it stay.
No, I just took it.
Because of the lagging.
IoT.
Okay, let's fire something else up here. So I do the move command. He goes away. Good catch up. Now, I'm gonna do the loop. Now, did you see a scan?
Yes.
Did you see the, that's, it's actually scanning the room. Well, let's see.
Oh really? Wow.
Like this. You can see it on the lower part.
Yeah.
See, it makes a mesh out of the room. Okay, so now I'm gonna bloom again, and let's wait till the menu comes up. And then I'm gonna click on the plus sign. And these are all the apps that are in here. But, there's some other things I'd really like to show you. Let me see. This is my product template that I've been working on. And this one is as far along as Whistler, basically. It's still not where I want it to be. The project for Android, Windows is all done. But getting it in the Hololens, you see a flash of the splash screen. And you can see this car spinning. And that's the HoloLens. That's the hologram that I'm seeing. and I managed to get the real-time reflections working in there. This main menu right here, that doesn't belong. The big menu in the background is what's supposed to be. Now I'm going to like blue command, I'm going to get rid of the window. Let's see, catch up. I click, the window goes away. Blue command. Now this time, because I'm hooked up to the internet and everything, there's this red one right there. Watch this. This opens up the holograms that come with it.
When that scans the room, is it using sonar for that?
Kind of. It's using like scanners.
It's the same technology that's in the Kinect, so it creates an infrared dot field.
There you go. That's good.
And then there's two cameras that
Now here's
be
a
able
bunch
to
of
pick up the
holograms.
depth and the imagery.
And I'm going to click on
It's all built into the top.
the space shuttle. And I'll come over here and I'll put the space shuttle in the corner. Then I'm going to click on, let's see what that say right there. Which one is it?
Oh, wow.
Why not press it? Which one is it? There it is. I don't know if you guys can see this. I mean, a blue box around it.
Yes.
You see that? Okay. I can grab the corner. Come on.
Stretch hands.
Like, hold down and scale that baby up.
Wow.
Now it's big in the corner. And then go back to the holograms.
And you can walk under it to the other side, right?
Yeah. Well, what I should do though is I should get rid of the box. You say done. Hide menu. Go back in here. And watch this. This is really cool. I mean, this is really well done. Come on. There we go. And I'll put her on this guy's table right in front of me. And then I'm going to click on adjust. I'm going to make it real big.
Look, David.
Give me $1.
And now I'm going to click on done. What do you think of that, guys? Now watch this. You can't hear the music.
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's ballerina music.
You muted your sound on your computer.
Wow.
That's true. Yeah, that's okay.
It's a new industry down there.
But look, the space shuttle is still up there.
I like that guy's angle.
Oh, I'm impressed with this.
Stop looking.
I'm just showing you guys.
You're not Donald Trump.
What do you see, Steve?
Hey, your wife is not gonna be happy, watch out.
Can you put her on the space shuttle? Can you put her on
I'm gonna go home and tell my wife we saw table dancers at the meeting.
Yeah, table dancers.
This is perfect.
She's gone. You guys happy? No. Okay, so I do the blue command. I can click on learn gestures, which is really nice. They did a really good job of that. It uses like shapes and geometry from sacred geometry. I don't know if you guys, anybody here know of like sacred geometry? No. All right, I'm gonna talk about this briefly. Because it's huge in design and engineering. Sacred geometry. It's not the fact that it's sacred because it's religion. It's not. It's sacred because all of humanity, all of the universe was created with these basic little shapes. It's the beginning of everything. It applies to a cell, to a solar system. And Plato, you guys probably all heard of him. Plato was a Greek philosopher, right? 200 years before Leonardo da Vinci.
And not supposed to eat.
What?
Stuff you're not supposed to eat.
Stuff you're not supposed to eat. Plato. Oh, that's good. Okay. He came up with what's called the platonic solid. A triangle that's four-sided, each side is the same shape, so it's nothing like the pyramid of Egypt. And then a cube, dodecahedron,
Cylinder.
not a cylinder. The objects have to fit inside of a sphere, and each corner touch it. And Plato came up with these. These are the basic building blocks of our universe. And Leonardo da Vinci used these in placing things in his paintings because it's based on Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio. Now, there's this guy at Fibonacci. This was, he's like accredited to be like the greatest mathematician of the Middle Ages. And he walked through the woods. He loved it. And he noticed a pattern. And that pattern was when a seed sprouted, like a tree, it put out one leaf, then another one. Then you add them. You get, the next was 2. And you add 1 and 2. The next was 3. 2 and 3. 5. 3 and 5. 8. That number goes on forever and ever and ever. It's analogous to the golden ratio. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. That's homework. Okay? The golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence, these are things that designers and engineers and architects don't necessarily use that much, but they should. What it is the golden ratio is you take a line, point on that line, the short part into the long part, that ratio is equal to the long part into the whole. It's perfection. It's God's realm, shall we call it. Great Spirit's realm, or whatever you want to call it, right? And so the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence are almost identical. But God could make only one of you, not 1.6 sub. That's the ratio. So we're based on Fibonacci's sequence, not the golden ratio, which that's about it, guys, for my presentation. Thanks for all the questions.
Can you turn it to point the projector over here? Is that okay?
Oh.
He wants to see if he'll see the image on the screen.
See it, it's just.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's highly attenuated from the left. See, you don't have, they have a filter on it, so you don't, it's highly attenuated, so it's not ring through very many times.
Yeah, it's actually giving you 3 images already. Because the first one, the bottom screen, the second, and then the third one. You see that? So it's going to project whatever it sees.
Kind of like a mirror.
Yeah, right. Like an infinity mirror, exactly.
Anyways, that's the HoloLens, guys.
Awesome, thank you.
Warming up. Pounding on it. And I think the streaming part probably does that more.
You can always crop it. Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to get into all that.
You got a question over here?
Yes.
Just one question. Just now, we have one HoloLens, right? And you were sharing what you were able to see, and other people were watching, right? So since it's very expensive currently, like $3,000, right? So the same analogy, like let's say I have 10 engineers sitting in the room, and you having one HoloLens, and you are walking through them, your world, and they are just analyzing what you are seeing, and then they are giving their feedback. So it really, like, everyone doesn't has to have a HoloLens in this scenario, right?
No, but the collaboration is accentuated.
Right.
When everybody has one, and
Right.
everybody can walk around.
Right.
Everybody is in that 3D
Right.
space.
But that collaboration is there. I know, I can understand the collaboration missing, but my point is, currently it's so expensive. The company can still buy one, and you can be the mentor and showing around, and other people can still give their feedback, and you can, you know what I'm saying?
Like a less expensive viewer, I think is what
Right,
you're describing.
right.
Well,
Where you wouldn't have the interaction.
Where it would be really nice is if the client's sitting there too.
Right.
And you put the HoloLens on the client.
Right.
Now he gets to experience
Right.
what he's paying for.
Right.
Before a nail is pounded.
Right.
Or the ground is
Right.
like dented.
Yeah, got it.
You know?
Cool.
But I mean, the potential is there where everybody can see
Right.
it if they all have HoloLens and experience the same place, the same object.
And do you mind telling, only if you have time, what about this Google Cardboard So is Google something you mentioned?
Yeah, the Google Cardboard.
Oh, what is that?
That's VR, virtual reality.
Okay.
It's cheap. You can get them for next to nothing. You can go on eBay and get them. You can go to Lowe's. I don't know if this place over here has it or not. You can do research on Google to find out what Lowe's
Right.
have it, and you can go get a free one if you go in there and sit down and design a bathroom or a kitchen.
I see.
It's basically $15.
Yeah, exactly. But you
Yeah,
can
you
get
can
them
just
for.
order it online,
Okay.
I ordered two, one for me and one for my wife.
Wow.
It's not very comfortable.
phone?
Oh, it allows you.
You just use your phone
But I
and
heard
you're
the
done.
Samsung story like today it was burning something, so away from Samsung.
The facility guys will let you go with your phone and
It'll
you can
work for
order it a little
for
more
Mac too.
design.
Yeah, iPhone, you can use the iPhone, that's what I have.
Basically,
Wow.
all they're doing is just allowing you to focus at short range at
Wow.
a small flat panel.
If you spend like $30, you can get a much nicer one that won't hurt your nose. And the cardboard I had a giant rubber band you had to slap across your face
Oh.
to get it to stick to your
The problem is
face.
it's, the HoloLens is one end of the spectrum.
Right.
And the Google Cardboard's the
Yeah.
other end.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different ones in here, but like, as I said earlier, one of the, probably the better ones is like the Gear VR. Because.
What is that?
It's the Gear VR.
Samsung Gear VR?
But that's for Samsung only at this point.
Oh.
But the
Yeah.
Google Daydream is about to come out, if it hasn't.
Yeah, I was googling it and it is sorry. I was googling about Google Daydream and it's coming in around Thanksgiving.
That'd be Thanksgiving.
Around Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah,
In November. Yeah.
That's new news, I have not heard that. I heard in the fall.
You get it
So
with
could
your
I-
Pixel phone.
Could I program one of those and give it to my boss, so every time he walks past my office, he sees me in there working?
What?
If he has it on. That's good, that's good.
Yeah, I have a Samsung 5 and a Gear VR, and it works great. It's really amazing. It does overheat, so
Right.
like
Oh,
in a
okay.
couple hours, it'll tell you
Yeah,
you
so-
should shut
yeah,
off.
it was, yeah, telling about 2 hours. Yeah, I think.
You take the cover they give you, you cut a hole in it, and mount the CPU fan, and you're good.
I think in the AT&T store they have
Your
this.
phone is
They have this.
Yes, yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Also at a
Yeah.
GameStop, you can get them at GameStop.
Oculus, you put an array of sensors in there. That's how they can really locate things like cables and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah, but
Phone
what-
sensors, you can
what have you guys
have
heard of-
camera, you can do that.
Have you guys heard of the
Galaxy
Leap?
Note 7 or
Yeah.
So what,
Not magically, but the Leap.
charging.
The Leap is this little device, but yeah, about this big,
Yeah.
and they're actually putting them in
Is that where it's
Jaguar.
charging?
the upcoming version of Jaguar, so that it's like, it's gonna be like right next to your hand here, so that you can interact with the heads-up display that's on your glass windshield. There's all kinds of heads-up display that you can see without glasses and stuff, but you can interact with it. And what's neat is I tried one the other day, I'm like, what is this thing? I gotta know about it. I got a chance to try it out, and you can put Google Cardboard on and have the little device taped to it, and now you plug it in. It's just got a mini USB, a mini plug, that matches your phone. You can plug it in, and when you put the Google Cardboard on or any of these VRs, you put your hands out there and see your hands. But you're in 100% immersion. You can't really see anything, right? But you can see your hands. It's these blue boxes, and you can go like this with it. So now you can pick on things. You can see your hands and pick on things. It's really neat. And the price started at $100 now, $30, I guess. So I've seen where people have taped them onto the top of HoloLens and Gear VRs and Google Cardboard. Really neat, really neat.
Who makes this?
It's somebody here in Austin.
No, Leap is out of the Bay Area.
What's out of the Bay Area? Leap
I've been
is?
to their offices.
Maybe there's somebody here that there's tied.
Here, that's the main office is in
over here back?
the Bay Area. They were
Microtechnology.
they did really well by going from Best Buy over to they were, I'm not sure they were Kickstarter.
Then there's a company out of San Antonio making, I think it's called the Merge. And it's like a soft, pliable Google Cardboard. And they're only like $30, $35. $5.
presentation.
They got them all over the place.
Oh, there's a bazillion Google Cardboard.
There's all kinds of them.
One of the cool things, I was introduced from Cardboard to, but all you need is a smartphone, is YouTube 360. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
That's really cool. I mean, it's not 3D, but it's basically.
But you can look where you want to
Yeah,
look.
you get a window into the video, and it uses your motion, your accelerometers, so that you can basically pan the video around and look in different directions.
Wherever you want. But the first one I saw was of a person scuba diving over a shipwreck, and there were sharks everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like he's scuba diving along, and I'm seeing what he's seeing. I take my camera and I look down, and there's a whole bunch of sharks down there. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
Hell with that.
I saw a video where it was gorillas, and then and then like after a while, like there was no gorilla. The scene changed, and I'm just looking at Forrest, and I was like, well, this is dumb. This is not happening. And I turned around, and gorillas running in my face. Oh shit!
Oh, they're doing it with dinosaurs and stuff. And I mean, some of this VR stuff that's coming out can be a little bit scary. But another thing they're coming out with, which is really nice, is like meditation VR. Kind of like has to do with that empathy reality thing I was talking about. But now you can go and you can sit down on a lake, on the ocean, on the shore. Have your glass done, in your recliner, and the seagulls, and the waves laughing, and you're just like, it's really nice, meditation VR.
Wow.
Like a really cool thing they're doing. Thank you. Anyway, nice.
Thanks, Paul.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.